Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another mod stream. Welcome to another camera fixing stream. No idea where we are. We're somewhere. Hold on. Which way do I go? Okay. We'll try that for now. All right. Once again, content plug. You know how it is. Check out the Crow Pill, number 4. It's not an out-of-season April Fool's joke. There is already one comment by some guy, so check that out, I guess. Anyway, that's what I released recently, so you can check that out. There is another video coming. I'm just waiting for it to finish processing. I will drop it in the middle of this stream. So, there you go. This stream is going to be all about custom AI, because we need to update HYDRA's custom AI so that we can have something to play. And then we'll be finally ready to release the patch. Hashtag release the patch. Hashtag HYDRA cut. You know what I mean? Veek has been putting together some overlays for the videos that you have been seeing lately, so that'll be nice to use the next couple of recordings. Oh, this is the same one, basically. Okay. All right. Very nice. Very nice. So I think, first of all, I gotta add in that change there. So iQuare was able to fix the Gladius and add the mind control rescind control button, which is very cool. We're gonna go double check change to the mind control thing. I think he's working on the architect behavior right now, but we'll see. Because that was something that kind of blindsided me personally. I wasn't didn't remember about the architect's behavior. It was the one that I couldn't do myself. Though I think I actually know where I would have tried to start anyway. But for now, let's take a look at these guys. As you can see, pretty easy stuff there, right? Now, previously, the rescind button wouldn't show up if you had multiple selected, right? Or if you had multiple Dark Archons selected, and some of them didn't have the thing going on there. Wow, they actually do slowly damage each other. That's pretty cool. Hello, darkened fantasies. How are you today? Welcome to my lair. One thing I did just remember is that I ought to put together a passive indicator for the madrigal. The architect one is going to be pretty big, not gonna lie. It's going to be something else. Um, $14, $18. Let's just double check something here. I think that should be sufficient, but I'm not sure. We're about to find out. Although... Oh, okay. It does seem to work. I just need to make sure that I add in the... updated stat.txt so that we actually have the strings so we don't crash. Oh. I was trying to change that. This is something I should have done yesterday, but I forgot to. Funny how the Gemini missiles and Hellfire missiles are basically the same icon, but just at a different orientation, even though the missiles look completely different. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about button sets, although Icord did just mention that apparently my weapon names are fucked. So let's just walk on through some of these weapon IDs here. Make sure that we have everything set up correctly. So that's Pulse Blaster, Plasma Flurry, Phase Cannon, Plasma Barrage, Phase Signifier, Two-Matter Missiles. So this string is incorrect. $291. And then I don't think that should be the. It should be 2. I thought we had the Sabres one somewhere. Yeah, 283. Uh, 90. Celestial Cannon. 91. Intervention Missiles. 92 is apparently the. Planet Cracker. $15.20. 97. Astral Blaster, also known as Ass Blaster. Okay. I guess that's fine to just call them claws, so maybe that's not really that big of a deal. Okay. I think the Terrans are the only other ones that might have some problems here. Okay. I should add some of these strings even though they're only for my own use. Okay, cool. All right, I think I've corrected all of those. The only other thing that I wanted to do real quick was to the Change this to just photon blasters instead of dual photon blasters. It's not really that much of a requirement. What's up, Veek? How you doing? I'm doing pretty well. In fact, your existence has just reminded me I need to publicate another video. Boom, baby! And you know what that video is? It's part 2 of my Inconsummate playthrough. Bye! But yeah. Recorded that earlier today. Time to watch me destroy that map in ways you could only dream about. I hope you enjoyed me constantly pranking you and talking about how... Yeah, talking about how you didn't know the solution to my puzzle, LOL. Okay. Man, there's so many other things that I want to do other than AI right now, but it only makes sense. Let's get it going here. Vespine Geyser and back flank were just a designer's distractor from the real solution of the puzzle. Oh, you're talking about in the first map. Yeah. That wasn't really... That was the intended pathway. I just know that it's possible to beat it without even interacting with that at all. That's all. I'm gonna have to separate this out at some point. Otherwise, there will be too many things used. Calculus. Well, it's suboptimal, but like you can, if you don't know the optimal solution, the safe way to proceed is to take that base. Then you can grind out the win. But yeah, I know what you mean. There's certainly no defense for it. It's just a dumb map. I think there's still got to be a better way to put in the box art. But I'm not sure 100%. I think these are supposed to be a higher priority. Okay. Yeah, when I look at it again, I might come up with some ideas, but I definitely want everything to be centralized around wherever the title is. Like, I don't want a bunch of shit floating around all over the place. Like, that would be a criticism of the overlay that I used for the Batman review, where it's like off to the side. It's still not very offensive, I guess, but it's, you know, it's like your eyes are drawn to the title at the bottom, and then like you're sort of competing between both ends of the screen and my face, and you want to have the composition a little bit better there. But I'm not 100% sure what would be the best approach for that. Can't think of anything immediately off the top of my head. Stream streak is not broken, so I guess it's still going. I have no idea what that means for the number of days. So this is the 358th stream in a row. Which means, technically, only 7 more days, right? Till we make it a year. Pretty epic. I like that. I forget if yeah, this does require iRhythmically. Okay. So we plugged in our stuff there. One more week. Yes, exactly. Into next week. That's gonna be something else, man. I'm looking forward to it. I also think, in a way, I'm looking forward to not doing it every week or every day, rather. I still think I'll do daily content, right? But I mean, I'm trying to shift that into being my career, I guess, and trying to shift it into making enough money so that I can justify doing it, right? I can pay the bills. But who knows what will actually happen? I think for the time being, I can continue daily content, though. No reason not to. I'm still enjoying it. The Zerg stuff is pretty much the easiest stuff to worry about. So. I don't remember if grotto. It looks like they both cost that. I should say Alcatch Cavern. I'm glad I had a typo in my fucking patch note as well. All right. Let's go ahead and change some stuff around here. Oh, I was also going to change the stat cost of the Calcath Bloom. The resource cost, rather. This is good, though. I'm starting to think about like how they're going to shape up in terms of where this stuff goes, right? So... All right, I'll see you when you get back if you decide to pop back in. What's up, Folka? How you been, dude? Yeah, it's I've been thinking about doing a series like that for a long time, but I never pulled the trigger until recently. I talked a little bit about it in the most recent DadCon, but I feel like not too many not too many people talking about stuff like that. So might as well throw my hat in the bin. Maybe people will or hat in the ring rather. Maybe people will take to it. Wait. Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what the light at the end of the tunnel would be. I just plan on making, we're starting the engine development later on in November, I think, so just as a result of that, there's the idea is maybe we'll get somewhere with that, right? And we basically just have to hope that we can make something happen like that, I think. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Got confused there. But I'm pretty sure it just falls to people to slowly adopt higher standards and demand better. Big part of it is that people aren't. You can't just, unfortunately, like unless somebody's already interested in the idea or open to the idea that you put forth in a video like what I've done with the Crowpill series, you can't guarantee that it's going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? So. That's been an issue, I think. I don't even want to think about all the units I've got to deal with in for those other races. That's gonna be spooky. Yeah, there's probably going to be some stuff like that because by necessity, for some of the ideas that I have for the Crowpill videos, there's got to be like a positive example. It's just that we have so few positive examples of good content or good game design or good whatever to draw upon. You know what I mean? I think that's a big problem in the games industry that doesn't exist in the other industries because people moved on so fast from the older games that most people don't look at them analytically. And even those older games, like they don't always make the best case for themselves anyway, even if they do stuff better than newer games sometimes do. So, like if you look at if you look at movies, right? Like you can look at 80s movies, 70s movies, some 90s movies, even some more recent movies that do stuff really well or execute on concepts at a high level and provide a quality experience. But you can't really find a corollary for that in gaming the same way. Like if you already are looking about, caring about standards and you're looking for like substance as opposed to style and all this other stuff, right? There's very few complete examples of a quality video game out there. There's like so many asterisks you have to put next to everything. Like even Bulletstorm was a fairly straightforward shooter, but its gunplay could use some work. It had a bunch of QTEs and weird gimmicks associated with it. Its story had some flaws as well, despite the fact that it reportedly like didn't take itself very seriously. But then there's like times where you're sitting there waiting for a cutscene to end or whatever. It's like, why am I doing that? Is a little slow. Like there's all these different things that I've got to say, like, oh, this is, not great. Whereas if I can look at some of the older video games like Doom or Starcraft, and even then they do have asterisks next to them, but they're better overall experiences. It's just that people have moved on from them so much, so to the point where I don't think that there's like a good, you really have to dive deep if you're going to try to use those as examples of positive traits. We just don't have a whole lot of people who are interested in that. So it's something that I do want to look into, though. It's definitely a thing that's on the table, because I would like to make it so that we end up getting you know, I want to spread the word that there's some good stuff out there. You know what I mean? It's just that you have to talk about one element instead of an entire project. You know what I mean? And that's what really gets me about it. It's like I would like to just be able to say, with no asterisks, no notes, no catch-22, no issues. You just, hey, check this out, guys. A good game. You know, no holds barred. It's just that we don't really have the luxury of that. Yeah, it's part. A lot of it is like there's like a lot of links between a lot of that stuff. I wish it was a little bit more. I wish it was a little nicer. I wish things were better, man. That's the other thing that gets me too. Is like the original topic that I was going to jump into for the first Crowpill video that I wanted to make was actually, because I was thinking about this last week, and I actually wanted to start by talking more about elitists and how like people who have standards are often called like, you know, basically uh, they're considered rather lowly in these status of things. Like they have a low. People don't appreciate their discussions very much, right? And I feel like that's something that could change potentially if we just explained our positions better, but also if other people realize that we're not here trying to just like a lot of people accuse those with standards or those who don't like certain products. We just in general get accused of shit like not being like we don't like any game, or we don't like games at all as a medium or whatever. And that's like not like we wouldn't be criticizing it if we didn't like it. You know what I mean? Like we're criticizing it because we want it to be better, and because we know it can be better. Generally speaking, like that's how I look at it. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there too. I think one of the issues that people will almost always come up with or brush up against or whatever is I feel like something that happens a lot is people don't really know how to construct an argument or whatever. They just haven't practiced like critical thinking, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to. One of the biggest issues for me is like I never want to assert that I'm more intelligent than somebody else, unless there's been enough evidence to for people to make their own conclusion. Like even if there's evidence to that effect, like somebody's being an absolute idiot or whatever, I would still prefer other people just come to that conclusion instead of me saying, "Well, because I'm more intelligent than you." And so I do oftentimes get caught up in like how to present myself in a way that won't result in me being like coming across as an asshole, for lack of a better term. I appear to have forgotten that Overlord Iris is required for the Nathrock Lake. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. Fix that. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, because people aren't exposed to it, they don't see the value in it, I guess. Did I change this at some point to make it so that the Nathrock Lake didn't require the Overlord Iris? Pretty sure it requires that. Getting fucking confused over here. Okay. Yeah, Overlord Iris. Okay. I think aside from that, oh yeah, I should just... build one, count bloom, 75. Okay. Alright, I guess Zerg is done then. I don't think there's anything else that I missed. I've already done the upgrade overhaul, so the only thing that it should be upgrading now is yeah, just those. Nice. I will take it. What did I replace the temple with? Thanks. Good job, Windows. Very epic. Why so many ABs, SMH? Must have missed this one. Okay, finally compiled. Now we're good to go there. I'm going to do that. I think other than that, phew, man, where do I even begin with the Terran and Protoss? There've been so many additions since the last time. Oh no. Well, I guess we'll begin with define max. I've already added the madcap definition. We got apostle, ghost, savant. Okay, vulture, southpaw, cyclops. Yep. Siege tank, Goliath, Madrigal, Paladin, Wendigo, Wraith, Dropship, Wyvern, Gorgon, Azazel, Centaur, Pegasus, Salamander, Cruiser, Phobos, Penumbra. Okay. All right, in that case, I think that's all set. I don't think there's any other units. I guess we should check PMAX as well. All right, Legionnaire, Dragoon, Hierophant, Ecclesias, Terminus. It's now called Atreus. Man, how many more units? I don't know if the Pariah is listed here. It is. Vassal Simulacrum. I guess Observer should be up here with Probe. And Shuttle doesn't have a defined max. That's fine. Idol, Golem, Reaver, Clarion. Oh yeah, we Manifold is the other one I'm thinking of. All right. Jesus Christ. Okay. I feel like Protoss should be mostly... I'm not sure. All right, let's take a look at Flingy for Gemini 85. What is this? Might also be that they have like a launch spin or something that might be contributing to what Icar is DMing me about. It's another defective sprite entry, it looks like. I guess it's cooldown should be higher. But yeah, it looks like they do have a launch spin. I don't know if that's really that big of a deal, though. We'll wait and see there. Oh boy. I have so many units to add to the AI. God damn it. Apparently the architect code is impending, so I shall BRB right now, ahead of its arrival. And then, yeah. See what happens. BRB. Oh shit, boys! Yeah, I tested Dark Archons earlier on stream. I'm not sure if it's actually getting its damage reduced, per se. It looks like it's not reducing the damage. But it's pretty fucking useful. Maybe the damage isn't being reduced enough. I'm not sure. It looks like it's dealing the same amount of damage, though. Oh, maybe it... Well, I don't know. I can't tell for sure. No, yeah, it definitely looks like it's dealing full damage. I mean, it's pretty epic in its current form. I'll give you that much. And maybe the 3 range is enough that it doesn't need to be reduced, honestly. But I don't know. Long range madrigal. It's even an even more positional madrigal. I like it, though. I think it's a meaningful distinction from what the other stuff was. Wonder how many of these new units are going to be not found. Heretic? What the fuck? I think that was supposed to be Atreus, so I'm not sure. Actually, wait, I have no idea what the Heretic is. Is that the Pariah? My placeholder unit name? Oh no, that's Manifold. Manifold. You know what I mean? Bam, 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 bam. Gladius army, Arctic army, and magical army. And we need Calculeth army for Zerg integration. Manifold's like a light fighter type, or like brawler type unit, like Marine, similar to Marine, I guess, from robotics. I definitely have to change its fucking voice lines. I've got to do a lot of like last minute voice line changes and stuff. Oh, is that what you used it for? I had to edit it, or I had to build it from the ground up there. Like I said, it's like a Marine. It's just you pop it out of the robotics. It's a robotic unit. So that's like an everyman style first response type unit. And then the automaton register unlocks the idle. And the idle is for like crowd control. And then the synthetic cyanide unlocks the golem. $125 minerals, 25 gas. It might be a little bit of an overreach, honestly, though. It's not a particularly like strong unit. I don't think it's very short range, so I'll probably drop its mineral cost. no stim back from the manifold. When I say marine, it's just like the combat role of the marine, where it's kind of short range. So the idea is to do like simulacrums behind manifolds, and then golems in front of manifolds, and stuff like that. So it's just another ranged unit you can work into the arsenal, I think. I would say I think some of the robotic units are probably the weakest concepts right now. I'm still figuring out how to better work them in, and that's something that I'll probably target after like full toilet is over. Is fully like better looking into those units a little bit more, because like stuff like the Gladius, I feel like is a really strong addition, has its own combat niche. Even the manifold, I mean the Magister, is really cool, I think. Obviously, the Star Sovereign's really thematic. The Pariah is really cool. The Architect is really cool. The Barghest is really cool. Like there's a lot of these units that feel like they have their own niche, they have their own utility, and they have something more like something interesting about them. But I think even the Golem is okay, but the Idol and the Manifold, and to a lesser extent the Vassal, all feel a little like half baked or something. Well, Star Sovereigns don't have energy, so it's not really the same thing as a conventional caster. They just activate the ability whenever they want to. Originally, it was going to have energy, but there's not really a reason to do that now. Because the main weapon gets powered down when the Star Sovereign fires its planet cracker, so it's actually really vulnerable. Even though it'll still be able to fire intervention missiles, they will only be able to fire in a cone facing, like in the facing direction, I think. I'm not sure about that yet, but I think it'll be like it'll be firing from the nose of the ship, if that makes sense, the face of the ship, the front. And so you can just like bring your units around and attack it from the back if you have to, or if you want to. And it takes 5 seconds to channel, so it's not a small amount of time in any way. But yeah, but it's basically like it's not really a switch as much as it is. It is an ability, like it's a spell cast ability where you channel and then you fire. So it's more like Skyfall from the Paladin, where it's like it actually has an ability. It is an ability. It just doesn't require energy. Yeah, it was a little goofy. No, not really a reason to do that. TBH. I'm looking forward to using the final version though, the more finalized version. Really, none of this is final until we get it into the new engine, right? But yeah, I didn't see the AI use them either. I didn't know what I wanted to use. I really wanted to use warp relays because they were fucking epic. I wanted to just spam Legionnaires from warp relays. This is before the Legionnaires had their teleport too. Imagine if they had teleport. That would have been epic. Honestly, playing in Consummate now is so fucking boring compared to playing HYDRA. It's so much feels like it's missing. Like playing vanilla, you know, it's just so empty. Races are empty, dude. I really wish we had a better graphic for the Ecclesiast. It looks pretty embarrassing. I want to have strafing Nathricors if possible. Oh yeah, I guess I should also do the passive icon for them. Oh, I already have the button set rule in here. Wait, did I already set up the... No. Yeah, I know. I look forward to it. I already wrote out the description for this unit, I just don't know where it is. Or like I wrote out a something about it. I can't remember if we increased the range for Astral Blessing. I feel like we did. Yeah. Well, we also would want to like fix the interceptor strafing to not be random, you know what I mean? Well, I don't mind implementing it. Maybe we could. Maybe I would use it in map craps or in very specific scenarios, even if I wouldn't use it all the time. But I wouldn't mind it working to help implement it if you wanted to use it as a mechanic or whatever, like the underground system. I mean, I'm just not. I don't know that I would be super interested in using it for any maps that I would make. But that being said, if we decided to add support for it in the engine, right? That means that somebody could make a melee map like that, or you know what I mean, like other people could use it, and maybe they could find some way to work it in a way that's satisfactory. It'd be like another tool for melee map makers to use, for campaign map makers to use. Like I could see, I'm not, I can't imagine myself. I haven't really put myself in the headspace because I haven't really worked with an engine that actually allows you to do stuff in it. Right, the Exego editor is horrible, so I haven't really put myself in a position where I can really think about how to potentially use that. So that's why I would say, like, for me, it would probably be map craps and stuff, and maybe I would decide if I thought it was interesting or whatever. But that doesn't mean that nobody else will come up with an interesting way to use it. So, you know, if we put the tools out there, maybe people will do it. I would prefer to just make sure that we have everything from that we need for Hydra and for Overlord and stuff like that. All of our own personal projects, I would like to get to the point where we can work on them in the new engine, and then we can start thinking about like brand new mechanics or other things to add to the game or whatever. But yeah, for sure, I'm down with the idea of doing that. What even is this? I'm actually really excited to get started on that. I just have no idea when it will make sense to do that. But we'll try it. We'll give it. We'll do like what you were saying earlier in our DMs, where you were talking about how the Alcagelisk spore you thought was going to be really, really difficult to get done, and but why does he move so fast? Anyway, you were talking about that, and how maybe that means that we should just try it and see what happens. And I agree. That's exactly what I was thinking about. I talked about this in my most recent DadCon, which I don't know if you watched. I dropped that yesterday, but I feel like, you know, I've been doing the video content and stuff that on my other channel and on the main channel, and I've been talking about. I was talking about the idea of putting together some sort of benefit, I guess. Like, there's some benefit to just trying stuff, even if it's not going to be perfect or whatever. And so I think that that kind of mindset will serve us really well when we're trying to get out of the blank canvas phase of development for the engine to the point where we can actually do stuff. So the first week, maybe the first month, will be kind of difficult because we got to figure shit out and we got to actually put together stuff. But I'm hoping it'll be really, really like quick and motivating when we get some stuff done. You know, Terminus graphic. I don't think I'll use it. Multi-level nav meshes. Yeah, I 100% agree. I think Tiberian Sun did an okay job with how that stuff worked out, right? I think we should figure out some sort of occlusion technique, some sort of thing where we can show units that are obscured by something that is above them. We definitely need to figure something like that out. But yeah, that's the main concern for me is readability, and I think it's more than possible to implement that in a satisfactory way. So. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that myself. Initially, yeah. I'm not really sure why this guy is moving faster than he should be. Oh, I see. Five Nations Southpaw. What's up, Kevin? Always nice to hear some nice words. Thank you very much. Yeah, right now it's coding, but it's all in the service of making those maps. Yeah, Exigo could have been really, really good if it had like as far as modding goes. It also gave us a really solid basis, I think, for like at least it was an attempt. You know what I mean? And that was like one of the few RTS games where you really felt like there was an attempt. So. Okay, this guy's set up, I think. The fuck kind of shield overlay was that, homie? Let's take a look. Amaranth. Ah, that's a classic one. I keep thinking it's 1 instead of whatever goofy number it actually is. Goofball. Alright. That should fix that. It's a good thing I decided to test some of this stuff. Oh yeah, the new version is completely different, man. There must be something. I don't know how many new units do we actually have now. If we also count buildings, are we over 100? I wonder. I don't think so, but we're not that far off. I think we at least have like halfway there, if not more. I think we're at least at like 60 or 70 if you count buildings. That's fucking crazy to think about, honestly. Hey. Hey, get your healing ass out of here. Get out of here. Oof. Slurp. I don't think this is the numbers are actually checking out here. Since it's supposed to be 75 and I'm just getting... Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Let me see if I can figure out where... I think that's in update unit state or something. Nope. Let's try weapon damage. Here we go. Yeah. Don't worry, that's what Full Toilet, my 1 week long map crap campaign event is going to be. It's 1 week long because I've been spending so much time working on HYDRA instead. But yes. So yeah, as you can see, it's working as intended, which is nice. I tested it earlier on stream, but... So nothing in here makes me think that there's something wrong with this, but I also don't... Maybe I'm not fully understanding the map here. It doesn't usually. We've had to change quite a bit. Dark control. I like that one. That's what it should be called now. Yeah, dude. Dude, that's nothing. Shit. You want to see something? You want to see some real shit? I'll show you some real shit. Hold on. Just gotta turn my music off here. You guys know what I'm... People who are already in the know what I'm gonna be showing off. Hold on. All right, boys. Just gotta wait for these units to finish spinning.
Ghost reporting.
I wonder if we'll get those reads from DF today for the ability behavior.
Call the shot. Ghost reporting.
All right, so there's a little unit here called the Apostle. It's an advanced healer, and I say healer. I should say healer in quote marks.
Not enough energy.
Just go ahead and
call the shot.
Pop it open. All right. So check this out. Ready? Here I've got... Here, I'll get a hit squad here.
I'm here.
Here I've got my reliable Marine.
Give me something to shoot.
And because of the active ability of the Apostle, he's, thanks to movie magic, he's back. Just drop a nuke on them. I'm not doing that. Takes away all the impact. You got to take it in piece by piece, okay? Because it works for any organic unit.
I long for combat.
Call the shot.
Pretty good, huh?
Yes. Want to turn up the
I even made a custom corpse model for the sprite for the Firebat because I wanted to make sure that he would come back.
Rock and roll. Outstanding.
We saw soon. I long for combat.
So yeah. I think I may have killed a couple of those too many times, but that's fine.
I'm here.
So the other things that make the Apostle pretty useful are they've got this ability, this passive. They've got 2 passives and only 1 active ability, but the passive is that when an Apostle attacks an organic target, any allied organic within 3 range of the target is healed for 10% of the target's max health. So an easy demonstration is you got 400 HP over here on this lovely Ultra. We attack it once with the Apostle, and it heals for 40 HP to all nearby units. Obviously very effective, but you got to be in close proximity.
Rock and roll.
Obviously, that's there's not like a read for that just yet in terms of the area of healing or anything like that. That being said, their other passive is Last Breath. Apostles gain +5 energy for every allied organic that dies within 4 range, which obviously can be used to great effect in conjunction with the Lazarus Agent ability, which is their active ability. Whereas now I can go into battle with my horde of Zerglings here, and even if I don't know, we'll say like 8 fire bats on the enemy team over here. Cast the ability again pretty quickly. They cheated because they have a medic, but aside from that, it worked out pretty well. So yeah. Yeah, I like the way that the reverse animations and sounds came into play there. I think it worked out pretty well, so I was happy about that. All right, architect behavior is in. Did I even... I love the way that I described the pariah in the patch notes. Profane mechanized heretic. Just, okay. I guess so. Penumbra's kind of lame right now. Its passive isn't actually implemented. I forget what the unit actually requires now. Sanctum of Zerg. Yeah, new engine, dude. Definitely new engine. We're putting that in there. Let me see how much of this is accurate right now, because I changed some stuff and I may not have updated things. So, okay. Atreus requires nothing, apparently. I like that one. Yeah, I didn't update it correctly here. We might only have Zerg AI operational, TBH. I mean, the other AI will be operational, it just won't be very effective. I'll try to get the Terrans online anyway. But Protoss might have to wait for another day. Oh wait, what does the Ecclesiast require then? Oh right, the Ecclesiast requires like one or the other, basically. I forgot about that. Citadel of June. But yeah, we've got... Since Icor wanted me to show this unit off, it's a giant mech. You can't hear it, but it has a pretty epic attack sound. Obviously, Portrait is not final, but whatever. And the Shadow also isn't final. I didn't... I just found this asset around. All of the graphics are just shit that we found way later on. Why don't you? Why do you hope Nave doesn't watch this stream? What else did you want? Oh, Gladius. I always like to use Zerglings as the punching bag for the Gladius. So that is 24 Zerglings. That is 24 dead Zerglings. Because the Gladius has a projectile that will bounce infinitely if allowed to. And then you wanted to show off the nuke behavior. I should actually add a description to the nuclear strike ability. I guess I can just do it onto the Zerg stuff over here. So it doesn't do damage. A radiate doesn't do damage to the Zerg structures, but it would do damage if any units were nearby. And you can imagine that that could be potentially hazardous for a while. It's not really that much of a I wouldn't say it's like a mega important effect, but it is pretty cool to look at, I guess. Oh, well, listen, he knows. He wasted development time on fucking strings, dude. And on Rust, for that matter. Oh, so it could target the same unit back to back or whatever. Yeah, there's that would be a problem, I imagine. I'm trying to think about what I might be missing here. Oh yeah, I was in the middle of trying to fix up the descriptions over in this area. So I know that the Ecclesiast is Gateway, and then those two. Amaranthus Gateway Citadel. Atreus is Grand Library. Praya's Grand Library. Okay. Dude, there's so many new units. It's unfucking believable how many new units there are. Just in this one patch that I'm dropping, hopefully later today. Crowd controlling Corvette. Magister. Is the... Let's see if I changed that up. Celestial Shrine or Cosmic Altar. And then... Magister. Yeah, so technically Star Sovereigns are not implemented yet. I have to add a Gladius entry here. I'm sure there will be a blank string somewhere eventually. I feel like I already had a Gladius name here. No, I guess not. Not sure what it would be called then. I think it's 3 range. Let me just make sure about that. Oh, it's 2. Okay. Was it 2? Did we change it, Iquare? Do you remember? He might be gone already. We'll call it 2 because that's what it is according to the documentation, and I'll just check it in later. 1424. We'll just jump in here and radius dog. So you said earlier, Kevin, if you're still hanging around, that you played the earlier versions. One of the things that I really like about the new direction is that even in Melee, the AI is like, because the circumstances are much more fair. I think it's much more rewarding when you win. And when you lose, it's like, oh, well, I can still see how I might be able to win if I can beat this AI. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, there's not as much like pre-play stuff. It's not as much about like, you know, units that are already on the map or resources that they already have or whatever. So it being more level, the playing field being more level, but the enemies being smarter, I think is like a really nice change of pace. So. Wondering if there's any other unit that I missed here in terms of adding a passive icon. Okay. Doesn't appear to be... Oh. Protoss. Palladius. That's why. If only we had the source code lying around, dude. That would really save our souls. Okay. So that's taken care of. Did I do a description for the Alcajalisk? I don't remember. Oh yeah, it looks like I did. I think I should still update the Devourer passive at some point. I feel like it's a little too lame. I should add a Queen passive indicator as well. Oh boy, can only imagine. Oh yeah, I also wanted to implement the Guardian passive at some point, but there was an upgrade for the Guardians that was going to leave behind like a damaging pool, but I'm not. And I think maybe it'll just explode or like gain damage or something based on travel distance. That'll be a little bit more reasonable. Let me jump into PyDat and figure out what that would look like. So that's a little there. All right, I've just been updating like the stuff on the other monitor here, the change log. Mark the architect passive is implemented as well. Really? See what else we got here in this list of things that we want to implement. It's the paladin. I feel like that's a very standard behavior, but Yeah, I think that's actually it, which is kind of funny. I don't think there's anything else that was on the list of things that needed to be implemented. I'll add that Guardian idea, but okay. That's put together. I'll add that to this documentation as well. Not sure why that always happens. So the question becomes what to do now, dude. It doesn't seem like too many people are around to play more immediately, which means we're probably going to delay the patch. But that doesn't mean that there's nothing I can do right now to reduce my overhead. I'm not sure if I did a passive icon thing for the Wendigo. Nothing really to write home about with that particular one. Veek is very perplexed. Not really sure what's left to figure out about that, but time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Time will tell. I think that'll do it for my stream today. We did another daily stream, 7 more days to go, and then I'll have done a daily stream for a fucking year, every day for a year. Can you believe it? I can, sort of. So stay tuned for the continuation of that streak. Pretty cool stuff. I'll catch you guys later on with some video content, maybe. Certainly tomorrow with another Cropel and another mod stream.